Okay, here we are. Today, September 20th, is the first day that the Death Star expansion for Star Wars Battlefront is released. I'm your host, Eric Pfeifer. You may recognize me from the Twin Sons Podcast Network, and I am joined by my cousin and brother in the Force, Dan Krachevsky. How you doing, Dan?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Pretty good. Got an exciting day here. Obviously, we have, like I said, the Death Star expansion just released today, and as you can see on this main area here, the main lobby looks basically the same. The only thing that they've changed is that they now have the Rogue One kind of like icon there, Scarif, which is coming out in December of this year. So that's pretty exciting. So let's go ahead and get into some of this Death Star. And we are going to be starting out first with the new game type called Battle Station. And Dan and I have both downloaded this, but we have not played it yet. So this is our first time getting into this new Battle Station. And Dan, what are you expecting to see?
I'm expecting to see a Wookiee and a bounty hunter named Bosk.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
This will be cool
And
too because... Go ahead.
I think it's going to be exciting because from what I read about the game, you're half flying and half on foot.
Right. Yeah, I think there's different phases of this game. You know, you start off in a ship maybe, and then you go to inside the ship, or inside the Death Star, and then you go back in the X-Wing or something like that. I don't know, it'll be interesting to see for sure. So the graphic here while the game's loading, it's got an X-Wing going down into the trench of the Death Star, it looks like. Rebels are trying to infiltrate and destroy the Death Star. The Empire must try to stop them. So this is the defense sector map. So, yeah, I guess there are 5 new maps for this expansion, which you gotta love. I mean, the new maps are what keep the game interesting, as well as the new heroes. And I mean, really, to keep a game going, you have to continuously produce new content. So...
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. You gotta have the new, you gotta keep people interested. You know, some people get tired of playing the same thing over and over and over, and at some point you want to see something new. And to keep people playing, you just gotta keep adding stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so we are the Rebels. I am an X-Wing right now.
Pressure on the Imperial fleet.
Take out all the Imperial fighters.
In order to bring the Star Destroyer down.
And this is one thing, like, I'm not a huge guy when it comes to flying around. I'm not huge into the space battles or the being in a ship or anything like that. But I think what's cool about this is that it's the first time in Battlefront that we've been able to fly in space. We have not had space before. We've just been flying around in the atmosphere. So, got a bunch of Star Destroyers around here. You can see the Death Star in the background there. Now, Dan, what did you pick? Are you in an X-Wing?
I'm actually in an A-Wing, and I'm really disappointed because I actually saw the hero sign.
Oh.
And I couldn't figure out exactly where it was, but I had died.
Yeah, so they have these power-ups.
I didn't get to be Luke.
Yeah, they have these power-ups around in which you can...
The Star
I just
Destroyer
got
has taken
smashed.
damage. Set up for an attack run and...
I'll try and be an... I really like that you can see the Death Star back there, which makes sense since this is the Death Star expansion, but you really feel like you're a part of this battle now, you know?
Oh, absolutely. And having the Star Destroyers out here really adds a lot to it. It's not just a bunch of junk in space.
You got a cool planet also in the background with a bunch of asteroids around it, an asteroid ring. That's pretty cool.
Eric, you're pretty knowledgeable of some EU stuff. What planet do you think that could be?
I don't know. I mean, just from the outside, it looks like it could be Geonosis, because Geonosis, if you remember, also has the ring of asteroids.
That's true.
And it's kind of like that color. But there's no way for me to be certain. That's just a guess. But I'm actually going to stick with that. You know why? I think it was Pablo Hidalgo that had mentioned something about Geonosis and its relation to the Death Star. Because if you remember in episode 2, it was the Geonosians who were tasked with building the Death Star and helping that construction. It was Poggle the Lesser that had the plans to the Death Star and ended up giving them to Count Dooku so that they'd be safer there. So I'm gonna go with Geonosis.
Take down that Star Destroyer now.
That's my guess.
Very interesting.
Yes.
I'm not going to argue with that because honestly, I don't have a different idea.
Yeah, that's my guess. So we got Y-wings flying around with us now. So
Would be kind of interesting and cool if we did find out exactly what planet that was, and if we found out that it was a new planet that was added specifically for this game, because I know that a lot of the stuff in this game you were saying is canon. And I feel like they've added some kind of their own touches to this game that may or may not be in the exact Star Wars universe, but rather in Battlefront.
yeah, with the Disney takeover, pretty much all the content that exists now for this universe is now canon. Since Disney bought out Lucasfilm and everything, most of the stuff that we're getting, pretty much all of it, with the exception of some content in. Ooh, there's Slave One. Pretty cool. With the exception of some of the content from the Old Republic video game online, pretty much all the stuff that's coming out now is canon.
All wings. We've destroyed one of their subsystems. Target another exposed
I destroyed
area.
something on the Death Star, or on the Star Destroyer, and then I got blasted. So you got a lot of debris around here, a lot of obstacles. I'm not doing all that well.
I was very surprised to look at this score. I don't know what I did, but somehow I have the most points out of everybody.
Well, that's good.
Focus fire on the destroyer's subsystems. They're vulnerable.
Subsystems of the Star Destroyer. So it looks like we're going to have to attack different areas of the Star Destroyers.
They've taken out one of our cruisers.
Ooh.
You got him.
Oh, I just smashed into it. I killed myself. We'll go back to being an X-Wing for a little bit. Have you been sticking with your A-Wing?
No, I went back to the
Focus on the
X-Wing.
TIE
I'm pretty
fighters and draw their fire.
efficient with the X-Wing. It's my favorite ship to use in this game, other than Slave One. I think it just works a lot better than other ships. It's very, it's speedy.
Yeah.
It's got great control with the guns. It's perfect.
So my guess is because we have not played this yet, this is the first phase, and then after this phase, we'll end up going into the Death Star on foot. And then following that, we'll be back in space. That's what I've taken from some of this stuff.
Our Y-Wings have scored a direct hit on the destroyer. Hit
But
the exposed
there's only one way to
subsystems.
find out. Star Destroyer. I keep getting smashed by these TIE interceptors.
Yeah, they're deadly out here.
The destroyer has lost one of its systems. Target the rest of its exposed points.
Alright, we're supposed to attack something up there.
You know what I'm looking forward to seeing, Eric? And I haven't seen it yet, and it's probably going to be maybe in the second phase of when we're going to be out here in space, but well, actually, it would make sense if it was in the second phase, but we haven't seen Vader's TIE or Luke's X-Wing yet.
Yeah, my guess is that's going to happen after.
Closing on your position.
Or it'll be in the third phase. I just got smashed by Slave 1 again.
What's
So
interesting
this-
about this... Go ahead.
Like this game mode is pretty long. You know what I mean? It seems as though it's going to take a while to complete this
That Star
particular.
Destroyer has destroyed another
game mode.
cruiser. Press the attack.
Yeah, I was actually going to mention that too, as well. Also, I think it's very interesting, and maybe that's the reason
Our
why.
bombers have damaged the
Maybe
capital
this is the
ship.
reason why, but
It's
there's only
vulnerable. Hit it
3
now.
game types for this expansion pack, which seems a little disappointing.
Yeah, we did look at that, and for all of the people watching this here, we took a gander at the game modes that exist for the Death Star expansion, and it's Fighter Squadron, Battle Station, which is this new game mode, and then Blast. So we've just got 3 game modes for this expansion, but they've definitely been promoting this game mode, Battle Station, as kind of like the one to, you know, the main one of this expansion. So, you know, me and you, Dan, we really like the Heroes versus Villains game mode, so it's kind of disappointing that we don't have that, and we have not seen that since Outer Rim for the expansions, because Bespin didn't have it either. So
Right.
maybe in Scarif, the Rogue One expansion, we'll get that back, which will be cool because we'll have some Rogue One heroes.
We're about to lose our last cruiser. Deal with that destroyer immediately.
Excuse me. I'm hoping that... Oh, what are we doing here? Yep.
Battle Station, the
Reach
rescue.
So it's saying reach R2-D2 and free him from the Imperials, and then escort R2-D2 back to the transporter. Okay.
All right, so we have a couple phases, like we mentioned, getting into the rescue segment here. I guess gotta find our little droid R2-D2. We did see R2-D2 in that the trailer that dropped last Friday, so you
We
know
sure
that's gonna be.
This is a droid
All
has
right.
obtained some vital information, and we're not leaving it behind. Blast your way to the detention level, secure our
Well,
droid,
I'm getting
and
somewhat
fight your way
close to
back
him,
here
and I
for
have
extraction.
a feeling
And
that he's going to be surrounded by people.
I just saw somebody pick up the hero thing. So we should be seeing Chewie, and Bosk is also out here as well.
Chewbacca is here.
Ah,
Back him
man.
up.
Well, I got into the
just
room
got
where
word
R2
that
was, but 3 stormtroopers were there to take me down. And there's Chewie in front of me.
I'm just exploring this Death Star here. I really like what they did with the maps. At least with the interior of the Death Star. I just got blown up.